I got batteries to put in my light stick. Ah! Whoa. Oh my goodness. I was originally debating what album I wanted to get signed. I was really thinking about bringing Build Your Perception Chapter 2 around this time last year because it has almost been a full year since the show. Chapter 2 was still my favorite release of theirs, and so I was like, well, I feel like I should get my favorite album signed. I was also torn though because look at this room right now, okay? I know I've moved, but some of you might remember my old room, which was bright pink, and so even, you know, knowing my old room, I'm sure you can understand when I tell you that I just was like, if I'm gonna have this on display, which I want to, I feel like Chapter 2, like those album covers, as beautiful as they are just like not the vibe. I also brought November to the show and put him on my my bag, and so I was like, I feel like I want to do the Chapter 2 thing, but I ended up going with Chapter 3. So this is, there we go. I'm trying to see, make sure there's no glare. So this is the album I went with. It was the only copy that I hadn't ripped up and like gone into to start crafting, and technically that's only because this is the second copy that I have. But I'm really happy that I ended up getting Chapter 3 signed because those songs ended up being my favorite of the night. After I was leaving, so the way that they had it, you went in, did your signed thing, and then you went back out and got back in line, and then you went back through. It was like in a separate little room. So you got back in line, and then you would go back in for high touch and group photo. So as I was leaving after getting my album signed, somebody stepped out of line and was like, hey, I really like your videos. Shout out to you. And I also, really quick, I do just want to apologize because I was very flustered after having just met Billie face to face. And also, I'm the kind of person that's like, if you tell me I need to get back in line, I need to get back in that fucking line. You know what I mean? Realistically, I had time to like speak to you, but I did really appreciate you telling me that. So again, shout out. And also, while we're talking about it, and also this, so fucking cool. I sat down and then someone behind me tapped me on the shoulder and was like, do you make YouTube videos? And I was like, yeah. And they told me that they got into my channel because of my Billie videos, and now like we were at this Billie show and like they were sitting right behind me, and like that was so cool. So shout out to both of you. I hope you had such a great show. Thank you for saying something to me that truly, like, I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you it made my night because I also met Billie that night. So that would be a lie, but it did make me very happy, and I do think about that more than I think you might know. So yeah, shout out to both of y'all. I hope you had a great time. Really quick, before we get into the show, the last thing about all of the other, well, we'll get to snapshots later because it's also a VIP thing, but like in the last thing for the before the show VIP events, group photo. I sit down. I end up front and center. No big deal. I do, Tsuki puts her hand, you know, so I do a little heart with her. And then I feel on the back of my neck a little tingle, as if somebody had just touched my hair. And at this time, not only did I have a bob, I had a rat tail still. Moonsua picked up my fucking rat tail in this goddamn group picture. And it truly makes me laugh so hard. And so I just wanted to share. Munsua picked up my rat tail. That's awesome. Okay, on to the show. Fucking feel very lucky to have seen them do their fucking thing. You know what I mean? I found sort of a new appreciation for BYOB. I think when it came out, that was probably the first time that I was like, oh, I actually don't know if I like this. Like from billlie, you know, I up until that point I had genuinely loved everything that they put out, and so then I just was like, oh, whoa, okay. This is my first skip, I think, for them. But hearing that live, and then also seeing it OT7 live, like there was something very, very sweet and very like lovely about that experience. Getting to like sing along with other believes, like that was very nice, and it did truly like change the way that I think about that song. So that's been really nice since going to the show, like having that new appreciation for that song. I also had sort of a new appreciation for Various and Precious. As far as fan song, specifically in the sense that it's a fan song, because previously, and I will say, I shouldn't say previously, I do still think Back to Where We Belong is like, she's my girl. Like that song moves me in a way that I cannot explain, I don't think. And I had not quite felt the same way about any other fan songs of Billie's, just like personally. Again, I love them as songs, but in that kind of way, they didn't really quite hit. But, and perhaps it was simply the fact that I was seeing it live, when they did Various and Precious, I truly, like, something in me I think shifted, and I do have like a new love for that song. And I think at the very least, I'll take that as, again, like I said earlier, a lot of the chapter 3 songs that they did ended up being my favorite performances of the night, but I think even just having heard Various and Precious and having that, you know, new appreciation is enough for me to be very happy that I got chapter 3 signed. That being said, Eunoia, one of my favorite performances of the night. It was so sweet and so, I love that song so much. And it was so much fun. It was awesome. Speaking of fun, Ring My Bell. They played that at like the very end of the show, and I was getting a little bit nervous that they weren't gonna play it. Honestly, that's how late it was into the show. And then they did, and everybody went fucking crazy, and it was awesome. you know what else? Speaking of everybody going crazy and like singing along like with BYOB and whatever, it made me so happy that Believes like knew the words and were like singing along and like, you know, I've said it before, I think, I'll say it again, and being able to sing along, not only with the artist but with other fans, is like really what makes concerts like special to me. I started this channel because I was struggling to find a community that liked K-pop, and even though I have built a teeny little one here, and I very much appreciate that and love that, there is still something very special about having that kind of community experience in person, and not just in person, but also in person with the artist, hearing the music that got us all there in the first place. Like that whole thing is just like really important to me, again, like in a community kind of way. And so I just, yeah, I really appreciated that people knew the songs and were not afraid to sing along, and like that was very nice. I think my favorite part of the night was, and I don't know if this is the right order, but whatever order they did it in, I was like, whoa, this, or just like even in general, I just was like, this is a really good group of songs like together. And there were two of them were from different albums too, so I was especially like, oh, I really like the way that these fit in with these songs, because two of them were from their new album. So it was Lionheart, fucking love that song, Back to the Basics, Blue Rose, and 11th Day. And so I just was like, these really are working together in a way that I am loving. It was so, so good. After the show was snapshots. I'm so happy that I did that. I really am. I'm gonna show you all of them. I did end up getting, I originally just got one with each member, and then the day of the show I was like, what if I got a second one with Haram? Like what if I did two? And I did, and I'm so happy I did. These are my two with Haram. While we were, for anybody who hasn't done like a snapshot or something like that before, you have like a brief moment, you know, while the staff member is setting up the camera and stuff like that, like to talk to them really quickly. And so obviously I told Haram that her voice is fucking unreal and that she did amazing, and like I just, yeah, I kind of gushed in her face. I'm so annoyed though, because the rest of these, like in terms of lighting and like quality of the Polaroid, like on a literal level, they came out so much better than the ones I got with Haram. Like, I'm genuinely really afraid of these, like, because, you know, like, Polaroids, they, like, can, darken a lot over time, and, like, the image can get distorted, so I'm genuinely afraid of that happening with these, but oh well. They also, again, for anyone who has not done something like this before, they give you certain poses to pick from. So these were the poses that I chose with Haram. I have Sean. Oh, there we go. Little kitty. Haruna. The little puppy ears. I'm genuinely so happy with how all of these, except for one. My one with Soohyun, I'll just show you now. I accidentally covered my own face. It's cute though. She was also very, very sweet. She complimented my outfit not only in the album signing, but also then again when I walked up to take our Polaroid. And yeah, she was just very personable and was just like, don't get sick, like, be healthy, like, I love you, whatever. She was very sweet. Shiyun. This one's so cutie. I wish that some of them, like, okay, my one with Tsuki and then my Haram ones, like, they were so much, the cameraman was, like, so much closer. And, like, for some of these, especially, like, this one with Shiyun, like, I wish that the person got closer, because look at how cute we are. And I just wish that, like, we were filling up more of the frame. Because we're literally so cute. Ugh, it's okay. And then Sua, we did a little heart, which was so cute. And then I saved Tsuki for last. Because, and I am gonna be this person, she held my hand. Okay, actually, I think this is funny. So I walked up, I'm telling her that she did a great job, you know. Or, no, wait, this was after. Because when we were, like, getting in position to, like, pose and whatever, she, like, put her arm around my waist to, like, pull me a little closer. And so we're posing, whatever. And then, as the staff member is done taking the picture, we're stepping back, this hand of mine, she grabs it with the hand that she had around my waist. As I'm telling her, you did a great job, whatever. And so she, like, squeezes my hand. She's like, oh, really? And she, like, gave it a little squeeze, whatever. And then, and then I did her close to last. If she might have been the very last person that I took a picture with, if not one of the very last. So I had loosened up a lot. And so, because I had loosened up, I was speaking a little more informally. And I went, oh, it was just amazing. Mwah. And I, like, blew her a kiss. And she blew me a kiss back. She blew me a kiss. She held my hand and then blew me a kiss. That was everything. That was everything. Oh my god. I should decorate this. This frame is, like, boring as hell. I should do something about that. I also, a lot of people talk about, like, post-concert depression. And stuff like that, and, like, being super sad. And I don't want this to sound like, I'm not like you know, whatever. I don't want this to sound like that, but I would just like to say that I did have kind of, like, the opposite reaction, where I just, like, after the show, I was so unbelievably giddy, and I just was like, oh my god, like, that happened. I got to see and hear all of these songs live. I got to meet all of these girls who are part of this thing that I love so much, aka, like, Billie's discography and, like, their music and, like, whatever. And, like, I just, like, art is so important to me, and getting to experience art in person is so important to me, and getting to interact with people who make art is so important to me, and I just, like, that was awesome. And so I've just been so happy that I was able to, like, do this for myself.